Hello Wheel of Time fans, and welcome to my Wheel of Time CliffNotes. I'm Rebecca, and if you're as excited as I am for the upcoming Wheel of Time TV series adaptation on Amazon Prime, then you might have been thinking about doing a reread of the series. And whether you're rereading for the first time or the 10th time, or you don't have time to reread at all, I hope this video series will be for you, and I want to explain what you can expect. After I break that down for you, be sure to stay tuned till the end of the video, because I've time-lapsed the entirety of the Eye of the World on my map of Randland, and I'm excited to show it to you. Okay, here's a quick preview. The full map sequence is at the end, but first, what can you expect from the Wheel of Time CliffNotes? Each video will cover several chapters at a time, but I will go in depth in discussion about things that happen throughout the entire series, so be prepared for spoilers. This video series is designed for people who have read the Wheel of Time, but if you are here because you're interested in the TV series and you haven't read the books yet, don't worry. I will have TV show focused as well as general Wheel of Time videos that won't be spoilery, so be sure to stay tuned and check those out as well. First, in the Loial's notes section, I will briefly recap each chapter to remind you what happened. I hope this will enable anyone who isn't able to read along with me to follow exactly where I am in the series, especially as the books go on and the storylines get more convoluted. From there, I'll go on to more in-depth discussion about themes, characters, and so on. So it wouldn't be the Wheel of Time if we didn't discuss foreshadowing. And the foretelling sections are where I will pull out as many of these kinds of details as I can. This is the kind of thing that you can only really notice on reread, and that really enhances my appreciation for the series and how well Robert Jordan planned and executed his vision. If you've read the series but never reread it, you're probably missing out on a lot of detail that shows what a masterwork this is, and that is the kind of stuff I really want to highlight for you. Next, I will discuss the major themes of the set of chapters. I've chosen to call this section Taviran, which, as you know, are focal points for the pattern. I'm thinking of themes as focal points here as well, and I really love the big ideas that Robert Jordan wove into his story. Yes, it's a story about 5 people who set out from their isolated village and get caught up in an attempt to save the world, but it's also a much richer and deeper story as well. The way Robert Jordan handled things like gender dynamics, history and mythology, miscommunication, cultural clashes, and the nature of power is a large part of what makes the Wheel of Time so compelling. Then, in Threads of the Pattern, I'll focus on characters. Which characters had defining moments in these chapters, and what do those moments reveal about them? There are so many amazing, well-defined, and challenging characters in the Wheel of Time. Honestly, picking favorites is near to impossible, but luckily we don't have to. I'll break down all of the characters and what makes them so well written, and I'll have fun ripping on the ones I love to hate a little bit as well. In the Shadow, I'll be able to focus on what's going on with the dark side. Here, I'll weave in some lore on Shadow Spawn from the companion books and give updates and thoughts on what any of the Chosen or Friends of the Dark are getting up to. Last, but maybe my favorite, will be Aiel Humor, in which I get to share all the funny bits that have me laughing or smirking. We gotta lighten things up a little bit, especially after getting deep into the Shadow. So far, the videos for the first 3 sections of the Eye of the World are already done and ready for you to check out, so dive right in. If you like what you see, subscribe for more, which are coming soon. I'll do a big push to get through the Eye of the World before moving on to other content. I should be able to at least get through The Great Hunt before the TV show begins, and then stay ahead of the series from there, if all goes well. Lastly, I have to give a shout out to Ali from Potent Printables for putting together this mapping out of the Eye of the World for me. We had fun tracking and visualizing the movements of the characters throughout the entire book, and it was really fun to see it all come together. Mild spoilers ahead if you've made it this far but haven't finished reading The Eye of the World. Check it out, and then join me in rereading and discussing The Eye of the World prologue through Chapter 4. See you next time in Emond's Field.